You get to the NFL, you get selected, what, fifth? Fourth pick in the draft. They do something, they move Marshall to select Edgerrin James. Did you understand, like, Marshall could do it all? He could catch, he could run, he could block. They moved a guy that was Rookie of the Year, had great numbers, and it's like, we think this guy right here can be just as good, if not better.
For me, I really didn't understand what was going on. Man, I was just coming from the U trying to get to the NFL.
Right.
You know, and so for me, it had nothing to do with, I didn't think about no Marshall, I didn't think about nobody. I think about, man, look, this is my opportunity to make it to the NFL, and once I get to the NFL, I'm gonna make my mark. So I really didn't look into all—
That you were replacing somebody.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't
this
even
is my
look
opportunity.
Yeah, I focused on me, and that's kind of how I did my whole career. You know, I always focused on myself and never got into comparing to nobody or trying to compete with nobody, because it was always me versus me every time.
Right. You get there, okay, so obviously you're a rookie, go through the camp. Now, y'all need to make the money right.
Definitely.
Obviously the money wasn't right because Edgerrin James held out for the better part a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, the money was right.
The money was right compared to where we came from.
Where I'm coming from, the money was right, but you know, you gotta do things that, like, you gotta do things in the proper order. And like, when you get drafted the 4th pick, you know, you need to be compensated. Right where you're supposed to be compensated at. It's like, they could have, like, deep down inside, like, the money was right on the first offer with me. You know, like, I know where I'm coming from, because like, I'm like, man, all I need is some money one time. I get some money one time, I'm a double, triple that later. I ain't worried about that. But it was like, you know, for the game, for the betterment of the game, and the running back position, you got to stand up sometime and say,
and the guys coming from behind
you. Like, you can't just accept whatever. So I said, man, even though there's money right, but I'm going to do what we got to do to make sure that the numbers are right. And so we went through the whole process. I held out, and it turned out to be well worth it.
Right. It wasn't no direct deposit back then. They send you that check. You get that check, and you look at that check, you're like, oh. What was the first thing that went through your mind when you saw that check?
For me, you know, like, first of all, you go, and I only looked at the check for like 3-4 seconds because, like, man, I was, like, I had to secure the bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was secure, so it wasn't, it's like, man, okay, yeah, I got this part right here. So I just glanced at it, and I handed it, but I wanted to go to practice, you know? It was like, I wanted to get out there and show you, like, man, like—
why you gave me this money?
Yeah, like, no, like, I'm for real, I'm really that deal. Like, but it's like, because you know, you're going through the thing where you're getting questioned, like, they're like, why they got this guy, and we don't really know this guy.
Right.
And so a lot of people questioning the draft. And so for me, it was just like, man, I can't wait to get out here and just show them what I'm capable of doing. So when I get the check, I hand it to our people, and I said, man, I'm ready to go. I just get right to practice.
Okay, you had it to him. You said, okay, let's go to practice.
Man,
let me look at that check one more time. Let me look at it one more time. Listen,
hey,
man, look at all this guys. Oh, these zeros.
That's mine. I ain't got to worry about that, man. I'm going to get the other stuff now, you know, like, that's already mine.
You try to get another bag now. So I already got this bag.
Yeah, that was secured. Like, man, I don't look at nothing old, man. Like, that's there, you know, like, but now I'm trying to get out here so I can go out there and represent and show you, like, man, y'all gonna see that the Edge the real deal, you know? And it didn't take long for that to happen.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.